There's nothing unique about getting bad news. Everybody has a bad day. I do, you do too. But that ain't no excuse for you not to aspire to a winning attitude. Hey. So I don't think that's no matter.
Hi everyone, it's Sonja LaShea, and we are back with another video. Today's topic is, girl, not everyone is going to like you. The reason why I came up with that topic was because before I started Flowers in Bloom, I had went through so many different situations in my life, and my intentions was to share a lot of my experiences with you all, so that maybe if something that I went through, you may be going through, or maybe you might go through it sometime in your life. And after watching me being vulnerable and telling you all, some of the things that happened to me, maybe it will help you. And so this is something that I have been through many times in my life, where I have come across someone who, just for whatever reason, they just did not like me. And I could say that earlier on when I was younger, I had a real problem with that. I used to think that it was something that I did that caused people not to like me. And when I say people, I am not talking about men. Right now, I'm basically talking about women and other girls. I had a lot of girls that did not like me. And when I got older, I had some women who were not fond of me as well. And so, like I said, I used to think that it was something that I did. I used to think that it was, maybe something that I could have done that would have made them to like me. I used to sit and think about, maybe it was some way that I could have convinced them, that I was a good person, that I was fun to be around, and, things like that. I used to beat myself up. As I got older, and as things, lots of things happened in my life, I started to really realize, and I thank God for that, I realized it was not me. It was not me. There are some women who don't like other women for their own personal reasons, and it has nothing to do with that person. There are some women that are, they struggle with jealousy. They struggle with low self-esteem. They struggle with not being at a place in their life where when they see another woman that is possibly where they would want to be, they automatically don't like her. And I found that when I sat back and thought about some of the women that I came into contact with, I used to analyze the situation. And if we didn't have a long drawn out conversation where you were able to get to know who I was, and we had a relationship where I knew things about you and you knew things about me coming from me, and we spent time together, I had no other choice but to come to the conclusion that these women that did not like me without knowing me, they had their own personal issues that prevented them from liking me. And let me tell you something, that's going to happen to a lot of us, especially those women that are doing something for themselves. Now, if you at home, you have no goals. If you're a woman that's like that, you have no goals. You have low self-esteem as well. You're not trying to become a better person. They're fine with you. You're not going to have that much tension between you and another woman. But when you have women that have low self-esteem, and they come into contact with somebody, another woman that's trying to do something for themselves, that, they don't deal with the riffraff. They may have things that happened in the past, but they're moving forward from the past. Women with issues like that, they don't like you. And sis, that has nothing to do with you. That's their problem. It's not yours. It's not something for you to take on to yourself and say, well, maybe it's something that I did. No. And I thought that. I'm going to tell you a story about, I came in contact with two women who, they just did not like me. They did not like me whatsoever. And I tried to think about, what did I do to these people? I tried to analyze the situation. Mind you, at the time that this happened, I was in my 20s. And so I've never really had an issue like this before. So it was new to me. I didn't know what was going on. But these two women, they would tag team, and they would talk about me. They would talk about my past. They would try their best to bring up old issues and things like that, to try to defame who I was. And, it really hurt me. For somebody, especially for me, I've always been about women coming together and women being strong and uniting and coming together and speaking up for one another. I have always been like this. It's grown over the years, but I've always been like that. And it really hurt me to see women that, we are all African American women, so it wasn't like a race issue, but they were older than me. And for me, I felt like if it was women that were older than me, I felt like they should have been teaching me things that maybe I didn't know. But that was not the case. They really tried their best to talk about me, bring me down, start rumors about me and things like that. And so for years, I held on to that, and I'm like, I don't understand why this is happening to me. What am I doing? And I tried to, maybe I just speak, hi, how you doing? And just always be nice and kind. But at the back of my head, I always felt uncomfortable. It made me feel bad about myself. Now, fast forward, I will be 36 next month. And when I say that, I really thank God for blessing me to understand that when you come into contact with people like this, it has nothing to do with you as a person. There's nothing wrong with you, especially if you're a person like me. Yes, I have a past. Yes, I have things that I have done in the past that I'm not proud of, but at the same time, I'm moving forward. I've done things that have proven to myself and to other people around me that I'm trying to become the best version of myself. I am a great mother. I take care of my children. I'm doing things to, make myself better. And so when people are stagnant in their lives, when people have nothing going on in their lives, they nitpick at other women. They talk about other women. They try to bring down other women. Because when they look at that woman, they see something in that woman that they don't see in themselves. And it makes them upset. And so when you come across people like this, you will do yourself justice. You will shut it all down. You could talk about them and you can stoop down to their level and do the same things that they're doing to you. But at the end of the day, that makes you just as bad as they are. But what you can do, because our goal as women is to become the best version of ourselves. We have too many ratchet women. We have too many loud, outspoken women. We have too many women that's busting it down and doing all this other things that men are constantly disrespecting. Those type of women. We don't need any more of those. We need women that are standing up, that are right, that are covering up, that have some type of you think highly of yourself. And so when you come across people like that, the best thing that you can do, and what I would suggest for you to do, is to always keep a smile on your face. Never let what people say about you, especially when you know it's not true. Don't ever let people know that the stuff that they saying is bothering you. It cannot bother you. It cannot penetrate you because it's not true. And guess what? Even if they say something that's true, that is the past, baby. That's over. That's over. Do you have anything else, like something that's happening now? The only thing you can do for those people is continue to be great. Continue to shine. Continue to smile. Don't come around them looking crazy. Sis, do your hair. Don't give them any ammunition. None. Don't give them any type of ammunition. Because they look for creases. They look for spots. They look for things that they can point out in you. Don't give them none of that. Keep a smile on your face. Always speak. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing? Always. Even if you don't want to speak to them. Because once you don't speak to them, or once you start acting funny, then they know, oh, she bothered. Don't be bothered by that, sis. Don't be bothered by that. Because you know what it is. You know what it is. So again, you're going to come across this. It's no way to get around this, because it's so many women that have low self-esteem. Especially, like I said, if you are in a place in your life where you're trying to do better things. Like, I don't smoke. I actually care about my lips. I don't want my lips to be black. And I just don't want that in my lungs or in my... I care about my body. Not just because I'm a Christian. Not just because I believe that, God doesn't want us to have that in our bodies. Even before I started going to church and believing in God's word, I never was a smoker, just because I didn't want that stuff in my body. And some people might say, oh, she thinks she better than somebody else because she don't smoke. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I personally just don't like that. I personally care about what I put in my body, and so I'm not going to do that. So don't stop what you're doing. And that's another thing. Do not change to fit in with somebody else. Just because they don't like you, or you think you better than us, because I don't wear weave either. I stopped wearing weave. I have hair. But that doesn't mean that I don't like people that wear weave. If a woman wants to wear a weave, if a woman wants to wear a wig, I don't have any problems with that. That's not saying I think that I'm better than someone that wears weave. I personally have made the decision not to wear weave anymore. But just because somebody says something to me, I'm not going to change what I've decided for myself just to fit in with somebody else. Everybody wearing the lace fronts and they look real nice. But I don't want a lace front. I would rather wear my hair. I don't want a lace front. I just don't. But that does not mean that I think I'm better than somebody else. I'm not going to change who I am to fit in with the narrative of the next woman. I am my own person. So don't change who you are to fit in with somebody else just because they don't like you. Or just because, you're weird. They think you're weird because you don't do the same things that they do. Oh, well. Like I said, that has a lot to do with jealousy, and that has a lot to do with self-esteem. Women that are sure of themselves, they don't talk about other women. They don't. Women that are sure of who they are do not talk about other women. They don't have time for that. They don't. They too busy trying to fix them. They too busy trying to work on them. They too busy raising their kids. They too busy getting their credit, together. They not thinking about you. So you have to keep that in mind. The next time somebody say they don't like you and they don't even know you, you have to, don't beat yourself up. Don't change who you are. Keep doing what makes you happy. Do not change who you are to fit in with somebody else. Everybody is not going to like you, sis. They're not. And guess what? Even if all of y'all in a room full and everybody got lace front wigs, you can have a different mindset as someone and they still ain't gonna like you. They still might say, I don't like her. For what? They don't have a valid reason. You already know it's either jealousy or they see something in you that they do not see in themselves. And actually, that's a good thing. You don't want to be like everybody else. You want to stand out as a lady. You don't want to be just like everybody else. You don't. You want to shine, like have your own shine. You want to stand out amongst other women. You don't want to be, just like everybody else. God didn't make you to be just like everybody else. He made you to be you. So please, when women especially, and I keep stressing that because I am for women coming together. I feel that women should come together because when we come together, we can do so many great things, but there are so many stumbling blocks that prevent us from coming together because of this thing called jealousy, because of this thing called low self-esteem. It prevents us from coming together. But when you see another woman that does not like you, sis, please do not stoop low. Don't get down there where they are. Come up. Always be nice. Always smile. Always smile. That smile will kill it all. Always smile. Always smile. And then ask God to help you to not be like them. To not like them too. And that does not mean that you have to be buddy with them. You do not have to go out with these people that you know good and well don't like you. That is not what I'm saying. I want to make that clear as well. That is not what I'm saying. You don't have to go and hang out with them and kick it with them. No. But when you come into contact with them, you're being ladylike. You're still smiling. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Keep on moving. Hey, how you doing, sis? Yeah, that's cute. Okay. See you. Bye. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't change for nobody. I don't care if nobody like you. You like you. You should like you. Nobody else has to like you. You like you. I love me. I don't care who don't like me. I love my hair. Hey, girl. I love everything about me. Nobody else does not. They don't have to like me. I hope that they like me. But if they don't, then hey. So that's my message on today. And when I say stuff to you all, don't think that I got this overnight. Like I said, I will be 36 next month. I did not get this overnight. This took time. You know, this took time. This took time. But I didn't really have somebody that came to me on a one-on-one, you know, to tell me a lot of these women issues. You know, I really didn't know, you know, all of this stuff. I didn't. This is trial and error. This is things that has happened as life went on, you know, as I got older, as I traveled life. These things has happened in my lifetime. And like I said, my goal is to help somebody else. You may be going through this, and when I say it's not fun. It's still not fun when people talk about you, or you know, they just make up in their minds that they don't like you. It's still not fun. But at the end of the day, that's their issue. It's not mine. It's not yours. You know, so stay positive. Love yourself. And never stoop down. And keep it in mind that everyone, it doesn't matter who you are, everyone is not going to like you. You could be Beyonce. Everybody does not like Beyonce. You could be rich and famous. Everyone is not going to like you. You have to know that already. They're not going to like me. Not everyone. Not everyone. You know, so once you come to that realization, then you know what to do afterwards. And so I hope that everyone has a great rest of your day. If you have not, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit that like button and sign up for the notification so that when the next video comes out, you will know. And you will be able to learn with me as I learn traveling through this thing called life. Flowers in Bloom was inspired for women by me because I believe that all women are flowers. We just need the ingredients to help us bloom. You know, we are all beautiful. We need the ingredients, though, to help us bloom into the person that we're supposed to be. And my hope is that something that I've said today or something on one of my videos will help you to bloom. And so thank you very much, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye. Take care.